based off my mistakes. But we learn from our mistakes. And I've learned a lot.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like. Hey, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like.
All right, hey there, fashion friends. Welcome to today's episode. For today's episode, we're looking at personal style mistakes you may be making and should really stop. So I love fashion for as long as I can remember, but I haven't always had the best sense of personal style, or I guess the best confidence in my own personal style. So these are really just mistakes I've made in the past that I've now stopped for the most part. And by stopping these things or these mistakes, it's definitely contributed to building my personal style back up, or building back up the confidence within my personal style. So if you're making these mistakes, hopefully this video will help you to get back on track to stay true to your personal style. Before we get started, let's talk about what is going to be on this week's newsletter coming out tomorrow. And that is going to be why slow fashion is the new Vogue. Yes. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure to click the link down below and sign up with your email so that you too can be a part of the community of Hey Fashion Friends. All right, let's get started. Okay, so the first mistake I have made is saving the best clothes for last. So we've all done this. Our best clothes, our nicest clothes, saving it for very specific occasions, very special occasions, and not wearing it on a regular daily basis. And I say to this, no. It's a hard thing to let go of. I think it's hard, like you have a really nice cashmere sweater and you're like, ooh, I don't want to wear this. What if like my child spills spaghetti on it or whatever it may be? And here's the thing, that might happen. It very well might. Not gonna lie to you. I'd rather love and lose than not love at all. You know what I mean? Like, do you get what I'm saying? So when I had to sort of let this go is when I was a visual manager. And a big part of that job is obviously anything that's visual for a store or for a showroom. And so a big part of that is handling displays, handling flowers. I had to do kind of a lot of, unexpected dirty work, I would say. But on the other end of my job was a little bit more office-y type, where it's like you're just figuring out the floor plan of the store, figuring out how the clothes are going to flow, figuring out looks for mannequins. So it was sort of this half and half type job. So I ended up doing these sort of more, I guess, dirty jobs with my really nice clothes because I didn't want to sacrifice my style for the days that I might be doing these type of jobs. So I started to really let go of that like whole idea of like, making clothes very special and only wearing clothes for certain things and not really wearing them for real everyday life. And it was such a freeing feeling because then going forward, I was wearing my really nice, amazing clothes every single day. So I highly suggest that if you're somebody that's doing this, if you're saving your best clothes for last, I suggest stopping and just wearing it for every day. Wear it for school pickup, wear it for going to your kid's soccer practice, whatever it is, like just wear it. Wear your clothes. Number two's mistake is depending on trends. So I would say in my early 20s, when I moved from Minnesota out to Southern California, so I was sort of submerged into this world that is Southern California. If you lived or been to Southern California, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'd say I kind of got, intoxicated by this sort of world of fashion and trends and just these appearances. I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning, I loved it. I loved like the change up of trends, everything like that. But I'd say over time, especially as I was working in the fashion world, it sort of became a crutch where I was always looking to what the trends were going to be. And if something I had wasn't on trend, I'd get rid of it or wouldn't wear it. And a lot of times this meant letting go or not wearing my favorite pieces, like the things I felt best in and really enjoyed wearing. And then in result, I would change those things out for things that I didn't necessarily feel super comfortable with. I was basically just wearing them more for the fact of the idea of them or for the idea of the trend and sort of what that portrayed. I think I was worried that if I wasn't on trend, if I wasn't wearing all these things that were trendy, and I was wearing things that weren't on trend, that would mean that I wasn't fashionable. It took me a while, it took me quite a while to realize that just is not true. It actually, in my opinion, when you do that, when you depend on trends for your personal style or for your sort of fashion personality, I think it comes across almost fake and not genuine, not authentic. The people that have the best style, the people that have that effortless style, people that have that genuine style that just pulls people in, those people aren't even paying attention to trends. They're wearing specifically what they want to wear, what they feel best in. There's nothing wrong with trends. And I'd say I'm still a sucker for a good trend, but I think it's about how you approach trends and how you see trends. Trends are just there to be like a little inspiration, a little change up to our wardrobes to sort of spark a little bit of fun. That's really all they're there for. So I think once you let this go, once you stop making this mistake, it's going to again help you identify your personal style, because you're going to only see the things that you love versus the things that are on trend and not on trend. Mistake number 3 is conforming to environment. Yes, I have spoke to this before. I worked for a lot of different brands, and I think with each one of those brands that I worked for, I can definitely look back on that and see how I would conform myself to the brand's aesthetic, to the brand's style aesthetic. And again, nothing wrong with that, especially when you're young and you're just kind of figuring things out and you're experimenting. But as I got older and kind of realized I was really just not being true to myself, to where I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again, where I was working for one company and I was sort of just ready to move on. I had kind of done all I could do there and wasn't really being able to get promoted. So I was interviewing for all these different jobs with all these different luxury brands. And each time I would interview, I'd do crazy research on the brand's aesthetic and sort of their styling, and would then buy like a specific outfit that fit with that brand's aesthetic, that fit with that brand's style, or would buy specifically that brand or designer's clothes to wear to an interview. And I never got these jobs. I was perfect for the jobs. I had the experience, all of that, but I wasn't getting any jobs. Cut to, I don't even know how many interviews later, I got another interview with a good contemporary luxury brand. So leading up to that, I was sort of lost with my personal style, I would say. Like, I definitely was not in my groove. And just before getting this interview, I had done the Ellie Goulding side shave. I had really long hair and I did the Ellie Goulding side shave. Somehow that awakened something within me, that awakened my groove. Was getting my groove back. And so when I got this interview, I just thought, they're a little bit more clean cut. Should I cover up my side shave? And I thought, no, like, why would I cover it up? Because this is my hair. This is who I am now. And if they hire me, this is who they're getting. So why am I going to hide this from it? If they don't like it, they don't have to hire me. And then I thought, well, what should I wear? Well, I'm like, I could wear this, I could wear that. And I decided I'm just gonna wear what I wanna wear. And I went to this interview. I just spoke to who I was. Lo and behold, I got the job. I think to me that was, again, it was that awakening of not conforming to the environment. I think it's just a simple thing, but it's definitely an impactful thing. Mistake number 4 is making compromises for a deal. We've all done it. When you're shopping a sale and you find a really cute piece and you go for the color that you want, and that piece is not on sale. The color that you want is not on sale. The only color that's on sale is some crazy bright color. I'm speaking from my own preferences because I usually go for the black, white, or gray, right? Because it was on sale, I would make that compromise and purchase that item. All that did was ultimately contribute to the noise in my closet. And if I were to ever wear that piece, I never felt as good in that piece or as confident in that piece. So it didn't really contribute to my personal style because it wasn't my personal style. So it just didn't really make sense. And I did this quite a lot for years. And you don't really realize how compounding that is on, your own personal style. So once I kind of identified that was something I was doing, and stopped doing it, it created such clarity in my closet. It stopped, bringing in that noise, bringing in those distractions, and it helps me to prioritize the things that I wanted to wear. Mistake number 5 is having too much variety. So I know this kind of sounds a little bit contradicting because I always talk about having, pieces that give you variety and are diverse and all this different stuff. But more when I'm speaking to this is when you almost go too far over on the variety of where you feel like you have to have so much variety in your closet that you, again, lose sight of who you are or lose sight of your personal style because you're so worried about having variety and different choices. So what I mean by this more so than anything is if you're somebody like me who loves t-shirt and jeans and blazers, that is genuinely my favorite outfit. That is my outfit that I go to pretty much most days. For a long time, I felt like, okay, I have, these t-shirts. All right, well, now I need to get these type of tops. I need to have this, printed, chiffon blouse, and I gotta have this sort of striped shirt. And I gotta have, I felt like I had to have all of the varieties. I had to have all of the options. I realized that having so much variety just didn't make sense because, again, it's adding to the noise in my closet. It's distracting me from what I truly want to wear. It's also not contributing to my personal style because a lot of the pieces that were in there were not anything that really spoke to my personal style. So once I stopped doing that, once I stopped having variety and sort of just keeping it simple and focused, again, it contributed to my personal style. It contributed to the things that I wanted to wear and contributed to the things that were going to build my confidence and make me feel like the best version of myself. Mistake number 6 is not investing in the best. Yep. I speak to this quite often. I love the whole less but better sort of ethos. It's all about being patient and waiting for the things that you truly want and that are truly quality, quality construction-wise, quality fabric-wise, quality brand-wise, company-wise. When you have that patience to wait for the things that you really, really want or that are the best quality, again, you're going to love and appreciate those items so much more, and you're going to feel so much better about yourself when you're wearing these pieces. So as an example of this, I got into luxury denim years ago. I mean, when I was quite young. I think it started with Frankie B's. Yeah, I know. I got like a new job and I was just feeling good and decided I'm gonna, splurge on these pair of jeans. And after that, it was over for me. I was obsessed with luxury designer denim because, one, it was the fit. The fit of the jeans was just so much better than just your average sort of fashion cheap pair of jeans because obviously it is a luxury designer jean brand. That is its brand, is the jeans. So they're gonna put a lot more time, a lot more effort, a lot more craftsmanship into the fit of their jeans. So the fit just made me feel like $1,000,000. It made me feel fantastic. As well as that, the quality was amazing. So feeling the quality of something made me feel good about myself as well and really contributed to that confidence because I felt so good in them because I could just feel that this was not just some cheap fleeting pair of jeans. I mean, as years went on, there was times where obviously I couldn't afford, the luxury denim, and I would make the compromise again for like cheaper denim. And never did I feel as good as I did in my luxury denim. So I ultimately, as years went by, I decided I'm no longer buying cheap jeans or cheap denim. I'm only going to buy, jeans that I really feel amazing in and that have good quality construction, good quality fabric, because I know that that's what I feel best in. And that's all that I really want to wear. If I buy a cheap pair of jeans, it's usually never going to get worn and it's just going to be wasted. So instead of buying, a bunch of new jeans each season or whatever it was, I would wait. I would wait and save my money and wait till I had the budget to buy. So maybe it was one pair of jeans per quarter. Maybe it was one pair of jeans per 6 months. Maybe it was one pair of jeans per year. Whatever it was, I was going to wait and be patient for it because I knew that it was going to contribute much more to my confidence and to my personal style. Number 7's mistake is dressing for others. I think this is one that is hard to not do. So as an example, when I was getting into high-rise jeans and high-rise pants and bottoms, my husband used to tease me a lot. He didn't like the high-rise bottoms on me. He felt like they weren't as flattering. And for me, I felt like they were really flattering, and I felt really, really good in high-rise jeans. Now, of course, you know, I want to dress nice for my husband and I want him to like what I'm wearing. But at the end of the day, I think if I'm not feeling good and confident in what I'm wearing and loving what I'm wearing, I think that's going to come across in what I'm wearing, and he's not going to like what I'm wearing as much. So to be honest, I kind of just didn't really give a flying feather whether or not he liked high-rise jeans or not. And I just kept buying them and wearing them. And still to this day, they're my favorite thing to wear. But now at this point, I'd say if you asked him now, he would say that he does like them on me, because I think I just constantly kept wearing them and I feel so good in them and I feel really confident in them and I feel like they're really flattering on me. I think I then exude that and put that across. And so therefore then he finds me attracted in them because of that, you know, confidence that I'm, you know, putting across with that. He probably wouldn't admit to that. I mean, it's probably not that in depth for him. He probably just has come around to him and likes how I look at him. But you get what I'm saying. Ultimately, if I would have listened to him, I would have lost a big part of what is to me now a big part of my personal style. Obviously, if there's something that you wear and somebody doesn't like it and you're kind of like, whatever, it's not really a big deal. I'm not that big of, you know, it's not that big of a deal for me. Then yeah, okay, fair enough. It's just being mindful and making sure you're keeping that balance and not losing yourself to just dress for somebody else's preference, because at the end of the day, you're dressing for yourself and you're dressing to express yourself and express your personal style. And when you do that, I think it contributes to your own personal confidence. And I think that is what ultimately at the end of the day makes people attractive, makes people, you know, have good style, is when they just feel good in who they are and in themselves and feel good in their own skin and their own clothes. It's a big mistake that I think most of us make, and I think it's one of the hardest mistakes to kind of let go of. If we can let go of it, it's a big one. It's a freeing one, a very, very freeing one. Okay, so there we go. Those are 7 personal style mistakes that you may be making and you should stop. If you have any mistakes that you make and have let go of or are currently making and want to let go of, definitely comment below. Let's hear about it. Let's have those conversations. It's a great way to kind of collaborate and be there for each other and support each other in these personal style mistakes that we all make and are continuing to kind of work on. Like I said, make sure to sign up down below for my newsletter, and I hope that you did enjoy today's episode. If you did, give me that thumbs up, comment below, share with your friends, and subscribe for future weekly episodes, and click the little bell to get notified when I post those new episodes. All right, my friends, I hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day. Stay healthy, stay safe, love, and support each other. And we will definitely be chatting soon. Bye.